And that's why the
Let
1099.
me ask you a question,
And
if y'all can catch on with this, because it's getting to the point that we are getting to the bottom of this, to where all of this is being exposed. So when we actually sign our signature, when we negotiate with a car dealership or whatever, they try to say, let's see if we can get you finance. What if I say no? Let me see the contract because I got my own financing, and be able to get my bank to do whatever, and discharge through when we get in our proper standing as trustee and acting on behalf of the trust and selling things.
Do you know why it's a law that the window sticker has to be on the window at the automobile dealership on the car? Do you know why that is? Because that's the offer, and you can convert that into a bill of exchange and satisfy it. Just with your word.
So imagine
you can hand that back to them and satisfy the tax obligation.
Oh my God.
And turn around and walk off the lot with the fucking automobile.
Without even putting nothing down.
Showing your proprietary interest in keeping a receipt of the offer that you accepted and converted into a bill of exchange and returned it to them in good faith with clean hands, and show your interest on a UCC1 commercial filing that you satisfied the obligation.
Separate in honor, separate for payment, and separate for discharge for settlement and closure of that account.
I peeled off, you know how I learned that? I peeled off the window sticker one time. I was test driving a GT500, a Ford Mustang GT500, and 600 horsepower. I had that guy shitting bricks. It was so much fucking fun. 150 down the interstate, and he was fucking squealing like a pig. Sir, we should probably take the next ride. I'm like, yeah, no, that ain't happening, son. I looked at my wife at the time, and I said, I was being sarcastic. I go, is your seat wet? And she goes, yeah. I go, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the guy in the back, the 250-pound, 6'3" guy that thought he wanted to go on a ride with me. Because he was pissing himself. I knew her seat was wet. I come out of that dealership sideways, grabbing second gear, just fucking, so much fun. Anyway, sometimes you gotta be full of piss and vinegar. But, so I peeled the sticker off the window, and he got all fucking frumpy about it. And I was like, what are you so distraught about? He's like, oh, by law, that's gotta be on there. And that's when it fucking clicked. I was like, oh, fuck, that's the offer. That's the offer. And it has to be there by law because everything that's ever manufactured is already fucking paid for. It's abandoned property on an open warehouse lot waiting to be fucking claimed, and all you gotta do is convert the fucking offer into a bill of exchange, accept it for its value, authorize the transfer of credits, and pay the fucking
Oh my God.
What if you get a good picture of it and perfect that?
Why do that when you can just go to lot and pull the motherfucker off, photo scan it after you write everything up on it, convert it into a bill of exchange, and send it back to them via registered mail number. So you have a federal witness, which is your federal postal employees, that you made the transfer and transaction and paid the fucking taxes. Because
think about this.
Without the United States Post Office, and the United States Postal Service being involved.
That is, the post office is the bank, the big bank. Even the banks, the IRS still got an address.
Benjamin Franklin borrowed like $15,000, and he paid every fucking penny back to start the United States
Post Office. Banks cannot give loans, right?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Now, even when the application, the promissory note presented, when you go to the car dealership, they always want to try to get you financed. They want, let me see your credit score, and let me see, they running your credit score. But so we cut the middleman out.
That's because they're turning it into a commercial transaction instead of a consumer transaction.
That's right. But even then,
consumer credit transactions, and then there's commercial transactions. And if you read your car deal, it'll start out as an automobile at the top, and you're the purchaser, and then at the bottom you're the debtor, and it's a motor fucking vehicle. Now, how in the fucking 30 minutes did it go from an automobile and me being the purchaser, meaning that I made the presentment and payment, because the promise is the money, right?
That's right, because the act without the application
satisfies the alleged obligation, and then all of a sudden at the bottom I've entered into a new contract where I'm declaring it to be a motor vehicle, which is commercial, which means it has to be registered. So the dealership has to turn around and send the MSO to the Secretary of State and Attorney General, because now it's a commercial thing. So then they send it over to the DMV, and the DMV is the one where they lodge the lien with the DMV, not the Secretary of State. So everybody's doing UCC 11s looking for a lien they ain't never going to find because it's fucking lien at the fucking DMV.
In the DMV.
falsified a fucking record. They failed to, they concealed material facts. They misrepresented material facts. They got you in an artifice and a scheme by a false conveyance of language. Now, you notice I ain't saying the word defraud.
Anyone familiar with the PS form 8165 or something? Somebody look that up right quick. Bring it on chat. PS form 8165.
And I'm not saying you won't have to sue these
The
cats.
postal inspection now, like we all learning, like, cause I learned a lot from y'all too though, but you know what I mean? We all coming together, we waking up. But y'all ain't heard of that? Look that up. And I'm like, everything's coming to the light. Everything's coming to the light.
You wanna know how you can go get your house tomorrow?
Yes,
The
I'm
real estate
leaving.
agent. The real estate agent has the offer from the grantor, offering it to anybody who's willing to accept it as grantee,
That's
right?
right.
Uh-huh.
See, at the end of the day, this is what makes it so brilliant.